Let's take a look at some sample problems from section 4-2. We'll begin on page 145 in the textbook, and I'm starting with number 6. It says, who was the 14th President of the United States? Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, or Buchanan? If you make a random guess for the answer to that question, what is the probability that your answer is the correct answer of Pierce? So if you're making a guess, you have 4 to choose from. The probability of being correct would be 1/4 as a fraction or 0.25 as a decimal. Number 10. Assume that 400 births are randomly selected. Use a subjective judgment to decide whether the given outcome is unlikely. Also determine whether it is unusual in the sense that the result is far from what is typically expected. Okay, so exactly 380 girls out of 400 births would be unlikely, because it's unusually high. You would expect it to be somewhere around 200 girls. Okay, 14. While this exercise was being created, weather.com indicated that there is a 20% chance of rain for the author's home region. And we're to express the degree of likelihood as a probability value between 0 and 1. So 20% would be 0.2 or 0.20. Pierced ears. Based on a Harris poll, there is a 50-50 chance that a randomly selected adult has pierced ears. So 50-50 would be 1/2. Number 18. When rolling a pair of dice at the Bellagio Casino in Las Vegas, there's one chance in 36 that the outcome is a 12. Okay, this one I'd probably leave as a fraction. The decimal would be 0.0278. Okay, number 20. Death and taxes. Benjamin Franklin said that death is a certainty of life. So if it's certainty, the probability would be 1. Okay, we're referring back to table 4-1. Okay. I'm having trouble putting my fingers on it. Problem, okay. Okay, it's at the bottom of page 133. Alright, so looking at that table, it says find the probability of selecting someone who got a result that is false positive. Okay, false positive, it was 90 out of, see, what do we have in the table? 1,000. 9 out of 100 if we reduce it. 0.09 as a decimal. Who would suffer from a false positive result? Well, the person would not be a drug user, and yet the test would say they are a drug user, so it's would certainly not help them get a job of with a company, so non-drug user would be suspected of drug use. Okay, 26. We have a Y-sort gender selection. Microsort's Y-sort gender selection technique is designed to increase the likelihood that a baby will be a boy. In updated results as of this writing from a test of Microsort's Y-sort gender selection technique, 291 births consisted of 239 baby boys and 52 baby girls. Based on this result, what is the probability of a boy born to a couple using Microsort's Y-sort? Okay, so we had 239 out of 291. And as a decimal, turn on my calculator here, 239 divided by 291 is 0.821. So that, does it appear to be effective? Absolutely, because normally the probability of getting a boy would be about 0.5. Okay, number 34. In a New York Times CBS News poll, respondents were asked if it should be legal or illegal to use handheld cell phones while driving. 141 said it should be legal, while 663 said it should be illegal. So we have 141 and 663. Looks like 804 were surveyed. What is the probability of randomly selecting someone who believes it should be legal to use a handheld cell phone? So that would be 141 out of the 804, which is about 0.175. Okay, so it is it unlikely or to randomly select someone with that belief? So this is greater than 0.05, it's not unlikely. It would be unlikely if we got a probability less than 0.05. All right, number 38. We have the sample space listed at number 37. So that's the sample space showing the possibility, the genders of 3 children, keeping the birth order in mind. Find the probability that when a couple has there are exactly 2 girls. Probability of 2 girls. Okay, so as I look up here, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. It's like 3 out of 8. It's a G. Which would be, as a decimal, 0.375. Okay, and our last one we're doing is number 43. This is the Texas Pick 3. In the Texas Pick 3 lottery, you can bet $1 by selecting the exact order of 3 digits between 0 and 9 inclusive. So the probability of winning is 1 in 1,000. If the same three numbers are drawn in the same order, you collect $500. So your net profit is $499. So you're paying $1 to play. Find the actual odds against winning. Well, there are 1,000 possibility, only one's a winner, so that means 999 are unfavorable and one is favorable. So that's the odds against winning. The payoff odds, we want to indicate the amount of the payoff as compared to what you're betting. So that would be $4.99. Okay, the net payoff is $4.99 because you had to pay $1 to play to the $1 that you bet. Okay, and in part C, the web site www.txlottery.org indicates odds are 1 to 1,000 for this bet. Is that description accurate? Actually not, because the odds are 1 to 999. So not accurate. They've indicated the probability of winning rather than the odds.